Hey everybody, welcome to the vlog. I should probably turn up some lights. It is a Tuesday. I normally finish these up on a Monday so I can do all the time codes and all that Tuesday, but Mary and I went and saw Blue Beetle yesterday. We'll talk about that in a minute. It is Tuesday, August 22nd, I want to say, 2023. And it is, what time is it? 8:39 p.m. and I am correct about that. If you're new here, sorry Napoleon, we do time code these vlogs because they can get long and you may not care about everything in them. Totally understandable. I do it because I like to do it. You don't have to watch it all. Don't feel like you have to. Jump around to whatever you want to watch. Jump back and forth or use it as a way to find your place if you watch this over multiple viewings. So, that said, we got a really cool cooking section today. Even though I did it back on July 7th, I looked that up today. I was like, oh geez, it was a while ago we filmed that. We have a interesting taste test today, very unusual, but also there was a little bit of a camera flub, so I think it kind of cuts off before it was actually finished, but I got in there what I could. We're gonna talk about Blue Beetle with Mary. I'm gonna talk about the last voyage of the Demeter and Sharknado 40th anniversary. I guess we'll do a little eye update. There's not really any Halloween update. We haven't really got anything new or whatever. And shoot, there was one other thing. We'll give a little vacation update because there actually has been some Jamboree news. Okay, I think that's it. Let's get to it. Enjoy this absolutely delicious creation I'm about to make. All right, everybody. So we're going to do a version of Chicken Vindaloo, which often has potatoes. We're gonna skip the potatoes. You'll see why, or you already know because of the thumbnail. Who knows? But it is the night before. It is July 6th at 8:47 p.m. I need to make the chicken marinade and prep my chicken, so that's what we're gonna do. This should be fairly easy. I've come back from Missouri. I had a delicious dinner, a few drinks. Got taught some tricks from Chef Otter, Chef Darren. I think he goes, whatever, we call him Otter. Especially with garlic. So I have some garlic prepared. Let's get down here and see what we're, oh, fuck, what? Oh no. That's fine, sure. Focus on the cutting board. This asks for 6 cloves. Now, because I'm gonna cheat mince, I've got a few extra cloves ready, and I needed to work through those anyways. So we will get to that. We definitely need to prep our chicken. Also, I've been told time and time again that I bought way too much cumin. Apparently, I bought way too much cumin seed. I am completely out of ground cumin, which means I gotta grind my damn own. Sucks. I'm not sure, it's probably better, but. So we've got some cumin seed. We're gonna turn it into ground cumin. I got chicken tenderloins. It asked for thighs. They did not have boneless, skinless thighs. I thought this might be the next equivalent. We got some white vinegar, distilled white vinegar. We've got some cinnamon. We've got some coriander, ground coriander, paprika, not smoked, ginger ground turmeric, mustard powder, and for the chili, we're gonna use the Kashmiri Indian chili powder. We might throw a little extra red flakes in there too. We need about 2 pounds of chicken. So I got 2.01 pounds of, this was the biggest package I could get. It's probably not a full 2 pounds. But we're literally just putting together the marinade tonight. So I wanna start with all my dry ingredients, then we'll get the garlic, then we'll dice up the chicken, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so 2 tablespoons spicy red chili flakes. So I'm gonna use, well that does say flakes. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix it up a little bit actually. Now in hindsight, so I'm gonna grab my red chili flakes. Let's go with these. Crushed red pepper chili flakes. I'm gonna do a heaping tablespoon of these into our mixing bowl here. Because this is really for me, so it can be extra spicy. They even say you can go up to like ghost pepper flakes or whatever, so we're gonna do that. That aside, and then I'm gonna do a heaping teaspoon of the Kashmiri red chili, the Indian chili powder. Maybe not super heaping, but fairly heaping. Boom. That's in, and I think we're good. All right. Now, teaspoon. Grab a teaspoon. I want a teaspoon of paprika. Nutsack. I always grab the ones that don't want to fit in here. Ooh. That should be good. Looks like I could use some more regular paprika soon. Get a paper towel, clean this out. And teaspoon of ground ginger. Are you fitting this one? Nope. Now this one does say ground ginger. This might be kind of old. We should probably get some fresher ginger. Herbs do expire. Or seasonings. I don't mind if I go a little heavy on my seasonings. Teaspoon of coriander. That's the fight bell. Gonna get to boxing. Hey, that one fits. All right, groovy. Sure. A little more than a teaspoon. All right, come on. Sorry, I'm a wee bit intoxicated. Just a wee bit. A wee bit intoxicated. Teaspoon of turmeric. Hey, it fits in this one too, nice. Boom, in. All right, teaspoon of mustard powder, and then the other two ingredients are half teaspoons. Got our Coleman's dry yellow mustard powder. Boom. Okay. I think I'm done with the big tablespoon too. Well, let's get us a half teaspoon of cinnamon. Smells good. And I will move you over here. Got our spice grinder. I really need to get a better spice grinder. I'm sure that's way too much, but if I don't put enough in, it ain't gonna grind properly, I don't think. And I'm just gonna grind that. Oh, hi, Jack. Hi, hey, those claws don't belong up here, buddy. I know you're curious. No, sorry, no. Didn't mean to startle you. I don't know that I'm really getting, it's not really. I need to find a spice grinder like this that'll do very small batches, but I'm not finding one. It's gonna have to be what it's gonna have to be. So it mostly grounded up. There are some bits in here that are not that great. Smells good. Thank you for the cameo, Cat and Jack. It's maybe 2/3 of a thing there. Actually, I may have put kind of just the right amount in here. So it's not a perfectly ground powder, but it is what it is. It's what we got to work with. I don't have time to get anything else happening. Thank you for your curiosity and your patience, kind Sir Jack. Wipe my knife off. I was using it for the garlic a little bit because I'm starting to learn the smashing technique, but also a quicker way to peel your garlic is just while it's in the paper, since I'm going to take that root end off anyways, just whoop, and then it actually helps get the paper off a lot easier. Okay, so that should be all our spices. We're gonna put some vinegar in there and some garlic. Okay, so let's go ahead and mince the garlic. I'm gonna use my garlic press because I'm lazy. He laughs because he knows it's true. Well, I guess I didn't really, normally I cut the garlic down a little bit, don't I? Oh well, not today, Satan. Okay, get another one. So So I want 6, but again, because I'm going to lose a lot by using a press, that's why we're going with 8. Plus extra garlic ain't going to hurt me. I do love my garlic. Accidentally put some in the slicing side. Hopefully it ain't a big deal. See what happens. If anything, try to slice it. Okay, at this point I'm gonna get rid of that extra. Okay, and we just keep on mincing. Probably should not be reopening this over my spice mixture. No, it's a good way to get your extra big clumpy clumps in there if you do that. You don't want to do that. Do the small one. And we're gonna clean it out after that, and then we're gonna get these last couple bits. We're almost there. Gonna be too big. I might need to cut that one down. That's a pretty big clove, but no, we good. Sorry, it's like still, even at 9 o'clock, it's like 86 outside, so I've got to have my little personal fan running. Came home from dinner and it was like 76 degrees in the house, which doesn't sound that bad. But on this floor, this time of day, with so many windows and the sun beaming in, it's actually a lot hotter than that. All right, we're almost there. Let's see if we can give it one last little push through. And then we'll clean up our station, clean up our garlic mess. Okay. And this thing has a little built-in tool for clogging out or declogging the holes too. But we'll deal with that later. All right, let me just get rid of this. Okay. Now we are gonna want half a cup of white vinegar in here and whisk that all together. I don't really think there's a reason to do that until we're about ready to put the chicken in. So let's go ahead and dice up our chicken. Let me get some gloves. Move that out of the way. One glove. 2 gloves. Alrighty. Trash open for the refuse. Is that right? Did I say that right? Sure. Okay. Doctor. Alright, now I want to cube this up into the size bites we want. Definitely just went up under the chicken there. Whoops. Oh shit. There we go. I can now get to everything. And where these are tenders, probably a little easier. And now in hindsight, I probably should put the vinegar in there and whisk that all together so I have somewhere to put all this chicken. Like, that's good. See if we can get a couple at a time going, speed this up a little bit. Yep. Alrighty. Come on now. Don't be shy, attendees. Okay. So close. What is that? Is that fat? That's chicken fat. Okay. Yeah, that's still nice bite-sized bites. Sure. There we go. That'll make it a little bit better. Okay. Almost there. 3 more tendies. Yeah, that one may be a bit substantial. There we go. I think these tendies on the end are a little bit larger, so I'm going to go ahead and chop some of it down a little bit more. Good. And come on. Good. Okay. So that is pretty short work of our chicken. And I'm gonna leave this glove on since I didn't actually touch chicken with it. Normally I'd recycle those, but since there was raw chicken, I'm gonna play that safe. All right, let's get our half a cup of white vinegar into the mix here. I am gonna need to re-glove up. I just realized what I wanna do. Okay, vinegar in. Gonna whisk that up. Smells really good. Okay. Let's re-glove this other hand. Excuse me. And again, in the future, there's probably ways of using less gloves here, but also you can just not use gloves and wash your hands. But we've talked about that here. I much prefer using gloves personally. I do see most people would be better off not going the other way. Let's get all the chicken in here. This whole thing is gonna get dumped in a pan, marinade and all, so little bits don't matter. Now let's just work the marinade into the chicken. Nice. That looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna have to burn both these gloves because I need something prepped I did not prep. If I had thought this through a little bit faster, I would have been in better shape. Let me get rid of this cutting board. Get you out of my way. All right. I am going to prep a vacuum seal bag because I think it's better for marinating. I'm gonna leave the camera over there though. I'm just gonna give it has a starting seal. We want to give it pull it out a little bit, give it a secondary seal, just for leaks. And then we want to eyeball about how big a bag we're gonna want. We're almost done with this part. And I believe it's done. Okay. Give me a seat. What do you think? I'm gonna make sure I have plenty of room on it. Go ahead and seal the next end for the future bag. Look at it. Seal, 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 and our cut. Groovy. We'll leave that on. We're gonna leave it on. Okay. Now, in an effort to be prepared, let me get a big old spoon, and one glove should be fine, I think. This part is a little easier with two people, but okay, got lucky. Readjust. Well, now also I can make this sit up a little bit more. Okay. Probably in hindsight didn't need this extra glove, but better safe than sorry. Let me just find a place to hold. Scrape out, not that there's a lot of marinade left, but scrape out what we can get. Yeah, I mean, there's like an 1/8 of a teaspoon, maybe, of marinade that didn't transfer. So, glad I went through the trouble of the extra glove. Whoopsies. All right, now we just gotta seal this bad boy up. I'll actually show you this time, since we learned from last time. Now, I've definitely made this bag quite a bit bigger than I need it to be. But as we learned last time, make sure you got plenty of room. And I'm gonna get it up in there and give it a higher seal than usual for the starting seal. If I can, there we go. It is working, I don't know if you can see. Okay, sorry, I had to hit the moist button since it's technically a moist. It did not suck anything up beyond the point, at least. Okay, we're sealing. And any second, release. There we go. I'm gonna pull that down. Shit, I'm gonna hit the seal button with my nose, because I'm that talented. We still got something to work with, but we are below where we were sealed before. Let's just give that a seal. Just an extra seal for safety.
Hi.
And boom. Okay.
Smells good.
Yeah, it's too spicy for you, but yeah. All right, so there is our chicken vindaloo marinade. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, so it is 6:04 p.m. on July something. It's the next day, July 7th, 2023. We're gonna actually make the vindaloo, and then we're also gonna make something else to put them on. It's gonna be pretty cool. This should be relatively easy. We do have a little bit of veggie prep. We're gonna dice up a yellow onion. And we're gonna dice up a couple of big old serranos I got back there I rinsed off. We got some tomato paste. We got some, that's low sodium chicken broth. I wanted regular chicken broth. Is this, hold on, do I have another chicken broth here? We got salt and pepper. That's where we're gonna start from with all that. And some olive oil. Well, that's fine. We'll use the low sodium, it's fine. All right. So first things first, where do I want to begin? Do I want to start with the serranos? Let's do the little serrano dice up. And I bought these just a few days ago, but they've already started to shrivel like quite a bit. But since it's gonna get sauteed, not that worried about it. Give me a little something to put them in. And a knife. I really need to sharpen my knife. I know I say that all the time, but it's true. All right. I'm taking my tips off just because I like to. And then we'll just, I'm gonna keep this hot, so I'm gonna leave the seeds and everything in. Don't run from me. And they are gonna stew down and soften, but I do wanna keep them a little small. And I think I'm going to dice these down some when I get in there. I also got kind of a bad spot here. I'm going to cut around. Okay. I'm not going to give them a huge dice, but we'll give it a little bit of a rough chopping. Joe Bob night. I'm excited. Animated movies tonight. I've never done that before. And we're gonna remember not to touch my eye, since I have some sensitivity issues going on right now, and I about killed myself last time with the jalapenos. Although it sure ended the sensitivity issues for a few minutes. Okay. So basically I'm just taking this down to what kind of bite I want. I don't want to get the serrano through it, you know? I don't want to end up with huge serrano chunks. I mean, some things I'll do that, sure, no problem. But for this, I think I want to go a little finer. Now I am going to make my onions a little chunkier. And really the only reason I'm throwing these into a separate bowl is I just need room on my cutting board to work the onion. Okay, let me clean that up a little bit. Right, compostable stuff here. When I put the lid back on, we got some onion to work with. Okay. Do 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 do. Wrong way on that one. Ooh, that's a lot. I didn't mean to take quite so much from that. Get these puppies peeled. Pick up a little layer here. Now the recipe just says chopped, but I guess I'm gonna go for diced. It's not a super clear recipe. Again, I think it's just mostly kind of left open to whatever mouthfeel you want. That's a fun word. Mouthfeel. All right. Remember not to put your face down in it, Eric. Thank you. Okay. And one more out of there. Alrighty. Move that up to the side so I have some room to work on the other half. Alrighty. Oops. And I'm preheating that for Mary, so that has nothing to do with us. She should be home from work in a few minutes. A long, late day. Face out of the onions, Eric. Sorry. Okay. Okie dokie. Let me just go through it a little bit. A few spots. Hearing something. Is Mary home and I just didn't hear the garage door go up? Maybe. Okay. So that should be that. Okay, now let me dot my I's and cross my T's. Oh, my TV wants to turn off too. I've had Food Network on too long today. Bear with me. Blow my nose. And now we're gonna get to the actual cooking. So, where's my recipe? Alright, we're gonna put, I think Mary is home. Oh, I gotta get her packages, I forgot, damn it. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Yeah, she's definitely home, the cats are aware now. Heat a large pan, medium heat. Come on. There we go. All right, medium heat. Now that Jack is out of the tall chair, and move it out of the way of the fryer. Let's see, so we want 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I am gonna measure because this all goes into the actual dish. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Okay. Just roll it around a little bit, coat the pan. Let me go ahead and grab the Vindaloo out of the fridge. Excuse me, boys. So here's the Vindaloo from last night. Just gonna set that off to the side for the moment. Let that get warm, and then we're gonna saute. By the way, I just remembered I forgot to get your packages from the porch.
I saw.
Okay, sorry. All right. So we're gonna saute our onions and peppers for about 4 or 5 minutes so they soften. Then we're gonna add in the whole chicken and marinade for another 5 minutes. Then we add the tomato paste, salt and pepper. Give it a minute. And we're gonna add half a cup of water or chicken broth for extra flavor. I'll use the chicken broth. Stir until it thins out, becomes a sauce. Add more liquid if you need to. Reduce and simmer for 20 minutes. So, yay.
Did you give me snack lunch?
Yeah, they got snack was about 4. Yeah. Just waiting on this oil to heat up a bit. It's almost there. Waiting for that little bit of shimmy shambles. Mark Hamill, shimmy shambles. I don't know. I got all the funny words, y'all. You know, I'm looking this over, and in hindsight, I hope I have a big enough pan. I might have should have gone for my bigger pan. It's gonna be tight. We got like the 3 quart, 3.5 quart, whatever it is. I probably should have gone to the 5 quart. Honestly, it's not too late. I've just dirtied a pan is all. Yeah, let's do that. I want to have room to work here. Sorry, everybody. All right, let me just try again. So 1 and 2. Shouldn't take too long to get that heated back up. Come on, lid. There you go. And we'll swirl around again. Yeah, I'm gonna feel a lot more confident with my space on that. Okay. What do I need? Oh, I'm gonna grab another tablespoon so I'm ready for the tomato paste. For the pasting. I feel like since I have that pan and some oil in it, I ought to use something else in there.
Hey.
Yeah. Hi. Mwah. That's my beautiful wife that just kissed me. Yeah. Hi. You can put my ring back on now. I'm done with the veggies. With the vegetables. With the Vegeta bowls. Alright. Should be getting close. And I should be drinking water. Oh. And then I gotta stop cooking so much because I need to eat light for a little while. Yes, I know, especially because Burger Week's coming up and there's like 11 burgers I really want to try. But right now, I see a certain snack or technically a whole meal I wouldn't mind having. Okay, I think we're just about there. Yeah, it's just about to start shimmering at the edges. Okay. Let's see, what am I gonna want? What do I want to use there? Let's just use a big old spoon, maybe. Yeah, we'll work with the spoon. Don't really need a spatula this time. Or do I want to use a big old fork? Let's use a big old fork. Big old fork. Okay, any second now. Just want to make sure. Oh, I'm seeing a reflection of the ceiling fan off in the distance. All right, yeah, it's just about starting to shimmer, so let's get these onions in. Little tester. Yeah, okay. Shit, lost one. Oh, shit. Okay, spread them out. Peppers in. Echo. Set timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, 39.
Again, it should technically be an eyeball thing, but get all these coated with some oil. Looking pretty good. Smelling pretty good. All right. Now, we will keep working those a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and get my tomato paste ready though. I don't know how much salt and pepper. It says salt and pepper to taste, okay. No, I'll wait on the tomato paste until we get to the next step. And again, I'm pretty sure the recipe I'm working for is not quite a traditional vindaloo. It just seems like there's some ingredients in here that are some missing ingredients. So if you got a better vindaloo recipe, feel free to share. Maybe I'll make it someday. We all got to start somewhere. I think, keeping in mind it is a Friday, might want to stall them a little longer. It's a Joe Bob Friday. Oh yeah, do not jump on your mom's back when she's barebacked. That sounds funny. She is wearing a top. It just has a very open back.
Dad, I love you. I'm coming down to give you a hug. If you're not jump on my back, that was too ugly.
Yeah. You're getting there. I may actually want to let this go a little longer than 5 because I'd like to get them a nice bit softer. I kind of want that almost stew texture. I don't necessarily want to have crunchy bites per se. This just seemed like my concern with this particular version of this recipe is it just feels like it's going to be a really dry version. It's not going to be super saucy, but I'm probably going to be wrong. I'm just saying that's what my concern is at the moment. What do you want to put it on?
Well, I was looking, maybe that one of your smaller trays.
Yeah. You can use silicone mat if you want to. I mean, whatever. I don't have
Where
any.
is it?
They're in the pull-out drawer. Yeah, I don't have any use for those in the next few days, so. Or no plans, anyways. Oh, by the way, it's dangerous, and I've only looked through half of it so far, but apparently right now Macy's is running some kind of what they're calling a Black Friday sale. But there's like 600 kitchen things on sale, and some of the sales are insanely good. And I'm like, ooh.
FYI. Not FYE.
Well, they have stuff I like, but I don't really need to be spending money with them much anymore. I did order.
Cancel your thing.
No, I guess I really should. They're one of those places that make it a pain in the ass where you have to call in and blah blah blah. It's like, oh, you bastards. Theoretically, we got about 20 seconds left on these, but I want to get these softer, so I'm going to let them go an extra minute or so. 1 or 2 minutes, maybe.
Hey, that's not scratching post. Yes, I know if I am looking at you.
La la. Echo dismiss. Let all the heat out, girl.
Oh, I guess I'll use
No, you can. Go ahead.
Are you done?
No, but go ahead. I can figure it out.
No, I was just doing my watch.
It's not that big a deal. I don't really need my timer so much. I can eyeball shit. Alright, whatever you want to do. Plus, you can run multiple timers. We just want to make sure we don't get confused on whose is whose.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to give you any reason to blame me for any timing mistakes you make.
But Mary, I can't have it be my fault. When in doubt, blame Lenny. Yeah, we got to see Lenny. Oh yeah, you were there. You actually went to Azur with us yesterday. Oh my god, Moroccan pulled chicken with green olives and tomatoes stewed over fresh made gnocchi. Oh, it was worth the pound I gained from yesterday's dinner. Not to mention Chef Otter's Dragonfire pickles. Not to mention something I want to talk about in an earlier vlog. But Chef Otter is actually officially with Sweet Mama's Desserts. I don't know what they're actually going to call this, but Rose, who does all those awesome desserts from Azur and did our wedding cakes and everything, she's gone into business with Otter to finally, he's bottling and selling his hot sauces. So Dad and I, we missed it by this much being the first customer. Some lady beat us to it, but Dad and I definitely got us a set of his first 4 bottled sauces that are some of his absolute favorites, or our absolute favorites.
Now, can you actually tell them apart because they have the labels?
Yes, I know. There's the Green Fairy, which is the green one. The Dragonfire has all the specks of stuff in it. It's a little bit brown. The orange is the Orange Magic, and the yellow is the Here Comes the Sun Mustard. I know my Otter sauces. Okay, I think this is close to where I want it. But anyways, I believe they are going to be selling those online and shipping too, so I want to keep you apprised of that because they are great people who make great products. And you will... Oh, did you like inhale some Serrano?
I inhaled something.
That's what's in there, Serrano. Sorry. If you're done with that section though, I'm going to need you to clear that because I will need to set up here. I mean, not in a huge hurry, I got some time, but... Because there's going to be a 20-minute stewing session before I get to the fryer. You know, I've never had deep fried chicken nuggets. I'm tempted to throw a few in there just for myself. So I have an excuse to eat some of Otter's hot sauces. I mean, it's Joe Bob night, right? We gotta live a little. It's a Joe Bob night Mary may actually want to watch some of because it's 2 animated movies tonight. Although it does sound like one of them's gonna be stop motion animated from Phil Tippett. Mad God, which I have not seen yet. But Perfect Blue seems to be that's gonna be what it is, and I'm excited to rewatch that movie. Yeah, these are just about where I want them soft-wise. Okay, so I believe the next thing is to put the Vindaloo mixture in.
It puts the Vindaloo.
Yeah. And the chicken, yeah, okay. Yep, brown up the pieces. And okay. So we got about another 5-minute session here. Already got those scissors? Yeah, I already got those scissors. Okay. So we're gonna unseal the chicken. Actually, let's do... Oh, almost. Almost spurted it all out. All right. Let's get this in. Oh, wow. All right, Echo, set timer for 5 minutes. Thank you.
5 minutes.
Woohoo!
39.
Oh my god, now that it's hitting the pan. Oh, it smells incredible. And this like overnight marinating is just making the chicken so daggum juicy. It's soft. It's almost being pulled chicken before we even cook it. Okay, I'm gonna mix that up some more. I was just trying to let as much of the marinade drain out. Try to incorporate onions in the chicken, and we're gonna let it sit too, because it does want you to kind of brown up the chicken. Ah. Oh, it smells so fucking good. How long do I have to wait to eat this shit? Come on, onion. Don't be so stubborn. There you go. All right. Oh man, it looks so good. I'm so excited.
You just can't hide it.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. Uh-oh. Got some wrestlers out there, huh?
Well, it just started playing with the ball.
Oh.
And then
Jack's like,
oh,
we playing. They're like, well, I mean, you can find out if you want to fuck around. I'm going to get my tomato paste ready. I like to go a little heavy with the tomato paste because it doesn't all come out that easy. That should be good. Okay. All right, we're about halfway through this 5 minutes. Let's turn some chicken. Yeah, again, I think it's weird the recipe's like, yeah, let it in there and let it brown for a bit. Because I'm like, it's not going to brown with all the onions and all the marinade and all the... It's going to cook. God, it smells so good. This really does smell so good. I think it's really the vinegar that's like popping out of that chicken. And the Kashmiri chilies with the red pepper flake. And, Looking good.
I need to dip my patties.
Ooh, Mary gonna flip her patties, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You little dirty patty flipper. Ooh. Whap! Did you just spatula my butt?
No.
That wasn't even the butt spatula. You can get me a little spoon out. Get that paste out. Add the chicken along with the marinade. Cook another 5 minutes. Nicely brown up the pieces. Add the tomato paste, salt, and pepper to taste. Cook another minute. Get pepper and salt ready to go.
Nice.
Thank you. Dang. I'm excited for this if you can't tell.
Oh, so you are.
Considering the camera is pointed right there, it's probably a good thing that was a joke. This chicken.
Ah, stinker.
No, you usually smell really good. Me, on the other hand, if Mary needs me to look at the garden for 5 minutes, well, I'm ruined for the day. At least when it's, mid-80s and everything. All right. 1. Echo dismiss. All right, let's get the tomato paste in.
I'm doing. I was like, oh my god.
Now, I mean, it's always interesting when it's like you've got barely cooked chicken in the dish and whatnot, and they're like, okay, now put salt and pepper to taste. Like, I'm not gonna taste it while the chicken's raw. So, we can always add a little more salt later, but we'll give a couple big pinches. This is a couple of pounds of, let's do 3 big pinches. So we can always cook a little more salt in later. About 16 nice pepper grinds, and let's mix that in. Echo, set timer for 1 minute.
1 minute, starting now.
Get that tomato paste worked through. This actually, maybe I should be using a spoon. I feel like I might be breaking up my chicken a bit more than I should. Oh, the smells just keep getting better and better as we get more and more items in here. The tomatoes really bringing it out. The salt's really bringing it out. Yeah, the chicken's like starting to feel fairly cooked too, so that's good. All right, Echo, dismiss. All right, do our broth.
Okay, I'll call it a broth timer. 1 minute, starting now.
Oh, Echo, cancel. I was wondering if you can name your timers easily. All right, we'll do about half. Because again, I want this to be saucier. We're doing half a cup. That's what it asked for.
Did you ask her for anything just now? Or
No.
Did she do that on her own?
She did that on her own. She thought I asked her a question. I did not. All right, let's stir that in. That nice and incorporated.
Boy.
And hopefully this thickens up. All right.
You are such sweet babies.
Trying to get all my ingredients down into it. Echo dismiss.
Do we not have the sweetest babies?
We do. Our babies are cool. Cool as cucumbers. Cool as Mary's amazing zucchinis and cucumbers. Okay, no, this is looking... If this does thicken up and get a little bit pasty, it's gonna be about right, visually. Now, one problem I have with this big old pan is it's hard to really get it evenly over the flame, you know? Okay.
I think part of the problem is how that burner is set up, because the grate over the burner gives an optical illusion that the center is somewhere other than where it actually is.
Yeah, that's part of it. All right, we're gonna reduce heat. I'm going down to a medium-low. We're looking for a simmer. We'll be setting a 20-minute timer, and then I'm gonna cut for that, because I don't wanna sit here and do jack shit for 20 minutes and, you know. So I'll just let you wait and see we get that in the simmer, because in case I need to take it down to low. I'll probably just keep an eye on it and ride it, and I guess I may stir it on occasion, maybe about every 5 minutes. But this is pretty chicken heavy. I was hoping for a bit more saucy heavy, but we'll see how it turns out. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this down to low, all the way, and hope that doesn't kill my simmer. Because that's closer to a boil. Okay. Echo, set simmer timer for 20 minutes.
Simmer timer, 20 minutes, starting now. Next time you ask for a simmer timer, I'll remember that it's a 20-minute timer. You can always ask for a simmer timer for a different duration.
Okay. Hey, look at us learning something new. So there you go, Mary. We could have done Mary's timer, Eric's time, you know. So that's that. I will be back in about 20 minutes. Okay, so we got about a minute left on the clock. I have the oil preheated. We are going to fry up some tater tots. So we got half a bag there. We're doing it in peanut oil. Let me show you what my stuff's looking like now. It is still a little watery. I think it's actually gonna be okay. You know, it may give it a little bit longer than that minute though. I actually got just a tiny, teeny taste of this a minute ago, and whoo, it is hot. But we're just gonna let that go.
And then hot.
And we can get over here and drop our tots. Drop them like they're tots. Drop them like they're tots. And I do have a paper towel lined plate ready to take these out with. And these are gonna go in for 3 to 4 minutes. What a freezer burn in here. Trying to avoid dropping too much of that down in the fryer and making a big old mess. Echo dismiss. Is that all my thoughts? Huh, it's not as many as I thought would be in there. Okay, shoot. My hands. Goopy, slimy, icy, starchy. Okay, Echo, set tot timer for 4 minutes. This is where it's a good time to have a lid. Stuff started splattering everywhere thanks to the water, or all the, you know, ice, baby. Oh, ice, baby.
You scared Eric.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. At least he's smart enough to know to run from a popping oil. Popping boiling oil. Let's be real, Aaron's easily scareable. He just gets super sketched out sometimes. We don't understand it. Like for the smallest thing. I mean, something like that, that's not, I could get him freaking out over that, but. Okay, at this point, I think I am going to switch over to a spoon. That's the way. I'm not going to use a giant spoon either. I'm going to use one of these. So yeah, just, I don't know. It definitely seems a little soupy. So, I mean, I'm tempted to make a little slurry to thicken this up a little bit. But I don't know. Because I mean, that's pretty watery, man. The chicken looks great. Peppers and onions all look fine. I'll just let it keep going for a little bit longer. Let me shake my tots a little. I do have another bag of tots if I need to make more, but this should be enough for this. So I don't know if I've actually brought this up. Of course, it's probably in the thumbnail, the title, or whatever, but I'm just trying to do like slightly unusual to very unusual fusions, as you may have understood over the past of cooking here. But usually when I get Vindaloo, the place I get it, it's traditional to have potatoes in there. That's not true everywhere, but I thought, what if I make this without the potatoes, which this recipe did, and then put it over tater tots. Like again, late night drunken bar food. Like you'll see some, or we'll have already seen some other concoctions with fries, I believe, in this video. All right, so it says 3 to 10. We're about the 3 minute mark. I'm gonna lift it up a little bit, just get a sense. No, they can go a little bit longer. I tell you though, tots really do get that oil going more than anything else. I don't know what the deal is. So much steam. I wonder why my messages aren't going through on Messenger. It's annoying. All right, well, this is pretty much doing that. Let me put you back up on the tots because we're about to pull them. Not to be able to see too much over here, but 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get them out of the oil some here before I take the lid.
Top timer is done.
It's all right.
Timer is done.
Echo dismiss. Let those drain a little bit. They look really good. It's just crazy how much stuff still makes that oil go. Right, get them on the paper towel. I got some sea salt. Hopefully you can see me. Shake that around a little bit. Maybe a little bit more on these. Little cover. Okay. Yeah, get it, oil. I don't want to turn it off because I think I want to make something else to go in there. I'm just curious. Yeah, that's with like nothing in the oil. It's just going that nuts. I just stirred this up a little. I just realized I didn't have a camera on it. That's all I did was stir it up some. All right, let's plate. Measure and taste this little nubbin. Oh, yeah, those are delightful. All right, camera over here. Oops. All right, nothing to it but to just take off the heat. We're gonna spoon some on for a good picture, hopefully. Colors kind of blend together. That's potentially problematic. Oh, crap baskets. Making a bit of a mess here. Okay. And there you go. Chicken Vindaloo Tater Tots. Now, switch cameras. All right. Again, I wasn't really accounting for the fact that the tots in the Vindaloo are kind of the same color. So it doesn't really contrast. I'm glad it has the green of the peppers in there. I used, I don't know how much. Like here's like the actual, why would you? It's not as spicy now?
It didn't hit me as hard, but maybe because I was braced for it.
Perhaps. Okay. Oh yeah, we gotta thumbnail this too, don't we? So. All right. Well, first, honestly, I just want to kind of try a little of the chicken vindaloo. So let me just get a little piece here. Chicken's good.
How's the heat?
Might be a slow build after. Okay, here it comes. That's nice. I mean, you are welcome to try some, but I would highly recommend a very small piece. But let me
Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
let me get a chunk of chicken, and it's hot. Shit. There we go. Mmm. The texture of the chicken and the tot together is an awesome texture. Mmm. The flavor is pretty damn good. I just think I needed more of a... Maybe I should have hit some cream into the vindaloo. I don't know that you do cream in vindaloo, but I just wish...
That would take your spice down.
Well, I just wish it had more of a saucy consistency, because I'm really just kind of getting marinated chicken and potato and tots. We need to get into the peppers and the onions. Yeah, I think this might be a winner. It's not quite where I want it, but it's good. It's very good. But I do think I'm onto something here. It's going to be a hell of a dinner. And honestly, it's not killing me with the heat. I was a little bit worried with that tiny spoon I took a bit ago. And of course, this is going to sog down the tots underneath, but that's fine. I'm still getting the crispy outsides. Hot. But it is indeed spicy. But not as bad as I thought. I don't think Mary would like the heat, but I think she could... It would definitely push a little bit on her comfort, but...
I'm good. Is that all your thoughts?
No, one more thing. I need to go buy you 1 second. I'm gonna grab one tot. Now the fryer is calmed down. And I don't want to do this. Well, I want to do this on camera though.
Hold on. I'm trying to get one of the cats have trapped me.
I'm just gonna kind of rub this in the sauce a little bit. Yeah, man, those flavors work. Those flavors really work. All right, I'd make it a little bit more of a thicker, I don't know that I would use cream, but just for lack of a better term, creamier sauce. But other than that, that's really good. I'd probably throw a little cilantro in there too, but that's because I love cilantro. All right, success. Welcome to another week. We just decided to live in the same clothes for 7 days. We didn't film them back to back or anything. Yeah, you probably smell fine. Me, on the other hand. So this is going to be a special taste test. This one is a little bit more led by Mary. This was all her doings.
Okay, so... my friend Tina let me know that there's this place up in Columbus, Ohio that's like this little Japanese shopping center. Has a grocery and a little shop where you can buy odds and ends and a couple of restaurants, and it has a bakery. It's called Bell's Bread. And so, you know, in anime you see like the high school anime where they go to lunch and they're all fighting over the bread and stuff. Well, I got some breads. More importantly, Tina got breads for me on the way back, because by the time I got there, I left to come back home on a Friday, and they were closed by the time I got there. So, but she got there earlier in the day, Saturday, so she picked up some breads for me. She kept them in the fridge. I just picked them up this afternoon, so it's been about 2 days. But they are pretty much back up to room temperature, which is where they're supposed to be. So you want to start with something a little more mundane, and with the ham and onion roll?
Okay, yeah, because I saw one of these that I might not want to try because certain flavors is just not my jam, but we'll see. So Itty Bit came over here. She's like, oh, they're being excited and cute. So she's one of the lovers, and she's stretching behind you. Just be careful if you back up.
So you want to go first? You want me to go first? How you want to do this?
Well, that's your Oh my god, look at this girl.
Hi, baby girl.
Hi. Oh, she got a little purr going. I'm sorry, honey, we have to do some work. It's your jam, so you can run the show here.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and try a bite here.
Yeah, ham and onion I can get into. I can give that a go. Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, you definitely gotta show them that. Like, this is like, it ain't like little bits of ham, it's...
So.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see if
take
I
it.
can, here, I'll get this. That is pretty dope. Oh yeah, there's some of the onion coming in. It's
The
good
bread's
ham.
a little bit like a Hawaiian roll.
I wouldn't say it's quite as sweet, but it has that real softness to it. That's very good. Yeah, I could go to town on
the rest
those.
of that for dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I could go to town on those. That's awesome.
Okay.
Especially if it's like warm.
Yeah. Okay, I can take a drink here real quick.
Yeah. Drink, blink and drink. No, we aren't gaming yet.
Okay. Next one she got is spicy tuna.
I'll give that a go. I like tuna.
Looks like it has like some sort of chives or something on top of it.
I definitely see some kind of maybe cayenne or something. I'm not really sure what the.
I'm not sure how how they did this. It's a cooked tuna, or so.
Oh, smells really good.
Okay. Here, because it's spicy, I'm gonna let you go first, and you can tell me if it's too hot.
Oh, so there are jalapenos on there.
Is that jalapeno?
That's yeah, and maybe a serrano, but I think that's a jalapeno.
Oh, I think you might be right.
Yeah, those are jalapenos.
It almost dived off the counter.
I was over here getting excited about jalapenos. At least let somebody with some coordination.
Hey, I saved it.
No, you did. Just wanted to stick here a little bit.
I think that's what fucked me up.
I'm gonna go for this bite with a big jalapeno in it.
Okay. It's, I guess, cheesy? That's why it's sticking like that?
Or I guess it's kind of a shredded tuna on the top.
So, how is it?
So far, so good.
I guess is it spicy at all?
Give me a second to really tell. I think you'll be okay. It's probably up there for you, but it's like,
Okay,
like
I'm
spicy
kind of
about.
I'm just shy of this jalapeno piece.
Well, you also want to make sure because that's the tuna up top. It's not like
that
through the
is.
bread.
Oh, okay.
But that is the smallest jalapeno, and I think you'll be okay. It's like when you have a slice of jalapeno on a sushi roll or something. It's not. But that is also excellent. Personally, I think I like that tuna one a little bit more than the ham one, and the ham one's great. But that's because I am getting that little bit of heat. And I like that jalapeno and tuna vibe.
Woo.
I almost feel like the tuna's maybe been dressed in almost a kind of got a sriracha kind of vibe going on.
Yeah. Whew. Now, if you want to finish off that one, I won't complain.
I might. I mean, not right now because I got a secret dinner I'm testing something on.
Which means I better go ahead and eat because I won't get eaten.
No, I will eat that. It may just be later in the evening. Once I've had a
Okay.
couple of drinks or something. Okay, what is this one?
This is
Oh,
the
no, I'm
matcha. Why?
I don't like matcha. I don't like green tea. No, I mean, you're more than welcome for you to do it, but that's just not a flavor that I like.
It's also melon. You love melon.
I do love melon, yes, but I do not like matcha.
What is it about matcha you don't like?
I don't like the flavor. I don't know how to explain it. I just don't like the flavor.
All right, so this is a matcha melon roll.
But
And
it's
this
fun. I
is
don't have
kind
to.
of this kind of bread is sort of like what I really comes to mind when I think about the Japanese breads. So let's see. This one
You did
doesn't.
show it, I think, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and have another bite of this then, since I'm getting it.
But there you go. It's kind of crumbly on the top, so but the bread underneath feels pretty soft.
Just in case you. I'll say, by the way, the breads have been fantastic. So if that bread is as soft as the others.
So the hell did you cut this? It's definitely got a little bit of sweetness to it. And the bread itself is fantastic. I just can't decide what I think about the actual flavor.
I was just over here thinking, man, what if I could recreate these breads and do a hot dog style one? Chili dog bun. I am trying to be the Wiener King. Not the Sausage King. The Wiener King.
It's okay. I wouldn't get it again. I think.
Okay.
So, I don't know when everybody decided I like matcha. I like matcha mochi, and apparently that's about it.
I think it's because, yes, you like matcha mochi, and then in my brain I kept getting you all this matcha stuff because I conflated matcha and mochi as the same thing, even though I know they're not the same thing. But like subconsciously it's just like, oh, it's matcha, Mary likes matcha, when it's really mochi that Mary likes. So I think it's, at least on my end, that's how
And I will drink green tea.
Yeah, I don't like any kind of tea. And it's not one of those like, oh, I've never tried it and I just think it's gross. I mean, I've tried that stuff. It just is not a flavor for me. You know I'm adventurous. Sorry, calm down, Vin Diesel.
Okay.
We got enough family here.
And now we have this adorable little kuma bread. Kuma is Japanese for bear.
Okay.
And it's raspberry butter cream bread.
This one I might try this one, but I'm not a huge raspberry fan.
Tina, apparently this is Tina's favorite.
Okay.
She got one for herself.
This is the one I had seen before that I was like, I probably won't try that. But then I was like, well, I don't want to not do half of them. So that's why I'll probably at least take a teeny tiny taste on this one.
So let's see. I have a feeling there's nothing in the ears. If I can get them free of the plastic. Come on,
And
you.
not fall off.
Now it looks like it's been sliced.
Yeah, I was just noticing on the bottom, it looks like they maybe
Let's
sliced
see.
it open
Let's
to
see
stuff
if we
it.
can very carefully pry this open.
Oh yeah. So you can see it's like a very much a raspberry buttercream. So they've just
Oh.
kind of, so they've just made a muffin or a bun, and then just slid it and then, you know, piped in a bunch of the cream. So,
Okay.
but it is your baby, so you go first, and then tell me. Well, I'll probably give this a go.
Mm. It's not bad. It's that super fluffy type of icing.
Okay. Yeah, let me do a little bite.
And the raspberry's not like overpowering.
Right. I like that. I mean, again, like if they do other flavors, like if it was a lemon or something like a lemon cream, I'd be really in for that, or even a vanilla buttercream.
Custard.
Yeah.
Custard.
You know. Because yeah, texture-wise and everything, that plays really nice. And you're right, that is a even fluffier bun. Like actually, you can kind of show them. Now you can see that is, we'll get up real close and like hide our faces so it'll focus on it. So you can see you get a little denser bread on the savory and a much more fluffy bread on the not so savory. But that is pretty good. And I really shouldn't eat all this because I'm still gonna have dinner. I was gonna save this for a snack, but I'm like,
This is my dinner.
that's why she was like, hurry up and film so I can eat my food. But I'm still doing stuff I've got to get back ahead on. But, all
I
right.
think I'll finish this first and then finish the ham and maybe.
You're an adult. You can have dessert for dinner if you want. Okay, so let's do just a quick update because it has been back and forth, man. So I had gone back on drops here, and then I went back a little bit here, but I let these go a couple days ago, and it was, you know, red and itchy after the drops came out because the allergy to the benzalkonium chloride. But last night I thought I was a little bit paranoid, but then I woke up and it's fine today. Still a little bit of redness in the corner. This one I'm not really having any issues with, so fingers crossed, knock on wood. That's me knocking on my crotch. We should be, I hope, because I'd really rather just not have to deal with taking oral steroids and figuring out whatever the hell else, so. But that's my very, very brief eyeball update. All right, so let's just do a short voyage of the last voyage of the Demeter review. Fun fact, I was gonna go see that while Mary was gone in Pinzik, and then I was like, I canceled everything because I wanted to hang out with the cats and watch movies at home. And I was scheduled to go see Sharknado 40th anniversary, which I was not gonna miss on a Tuesday. And I was getting ready, and I had like, I just poured my second cup of coffee, and I was like, you know, if I drink this coffee really quick, and I just kind of, you know, just do a quick cleanup, not a full shower, I'm gonna sit in the theater alone, I could maybe make it down just in time to see that movie. And I did, and I barely made it. I got down there, I wanted some popcorn, I got that. It was taking a little while in the line, but I got in with like a trailer and a half to spare. So I was like, cool. So anyways, I got to see this movie. I've never read the book, I'm not super familiar with it, but I know it's a chapter of Dracula. And honestly, there was a lot I really liked about it. Is it perfect? Is it the greatest ever? No, but I did like a lot about it. Unfortunately, it is one of those movies that kind of shows you the end at the beginning, so it does take away some of the suspense with the characters. But at the end of the day, it's there's some beautiful sets and beautiful cinematography. The actual monster is legitimately creepy. There's definitely some moments I was like, oh shit, okay, they're going there. So, you know, so there's definitely some very gruesome, graphic moments. And I like that this is a more creature, this is all in the trailer, I'm not spoiling anything. I like that it's more of a ghoul version of Dracula. It's not, you know, handsome playboy in a suit being seductive. Although, you know, they hint at that, but that's not what this boat trip is about. And I think all the actors did a fantastic job. I actually cared about them. Kind of hated to see as people start getting picked off and the insanity. I will say what I found a little bit lacking was I would have liked a little bit more eerie tone and atmosphere. For it to be like an almost 2-hour movie, and it did take its time, but it wasn't like really making things too creepy. I mean, I'm not saying there's none of that there. I just would have liked it to focus a little bit more on that because the actual Dracula stuff is very creepy. And they had some really great visuals with him that are kind of nightmare fuel. So I appreciated all of that, but I don't really know how to put it into words per se. I just wish, I don't know if it needed like different music or, you know, something, but I never really felt tension. I feel like that kind of movie, you should just feel tension the entire time. Once it gets going, you should feel tense the entire time. And I did not, even once the threat is well established. And unless the threat was actively happening on screen, I wasn't necessarily feeling tension. Could be that I was watching it early and I was in a hurry, so I didn't quite get in the mood to do it. I don't know. But that's really my only nitpick with it. I do really like the end. And there's a certain thing I wish I could talk about in spoilers, because I think I saw something written on paper about a name. And if it is what I think I saw, then I like what they did with that ending. And I like that it's a setup. And then it's like, you know, it'd be kind of interesting. Could you just make a movie out of every chapter of the Dracula book? I don't know. I would watch them. Oh, Cheeky Jack's all trying to get mama's attention. But it did make me want to go home, and I did not get to, but it did make me want to go back and watch Dracula, the Bram Stoker, De Palma's Bram Stoker's Dracula, which I would really like to do. I think I got a 4K version of it I've not gotten around to seeing, so. But I did enjoy, you know, if you see the trailer, you pretty much know what you're going to get. The only thing I would say is what you don't necessarily get from the trailer is it definitely is kind of gruesome at times. Not a gore fest, but it is gruesome at times. And the Dracula stuff is creepy. They do probably reveal a little too much in the trailer of the Dracula, but still there's some really creepy bits in there. Anyways, that's my thought on that. And then I saw Sharknado 40th anniversary. You know I love Sharknado. Man, I had such a blast. I was not at the first screening, I don't think, so I had a smaller audience. I wish they were more into it. They weren't hating it, but they were into it. But it's like I was ready to like cheer and yeah. And it's interesting because there was a ton of cleaned up effects and new stuff. Now, granted, luckily, I was worried if they cleaned it up too bad, it would lose some of the charm of the cheesiness, but they kept the cheese in there. And the movie just really works. Everybody plays it so real. I don't need to necessarily review Sharknado as much as just the 4K of it all, because basically they took the movie that was made for television, up-resed it into 4K, which made them have to basically redo all the visual effects. But in that process, where they had more time and a little bit more money to throw into it, they were able to add some stuff. So there are some extra shots in there, and there's a little bit of extra footage. And again, the music is great. The behind-the-scenes package afterwards was great. And I just had a rip, roar, and blast watching it in the theater. I really hope this edition gets a 4K release at some point. It should. And of course, I will be buying it. And I'm hoping they release it, or they, you know, since next year will be the 10th anniversary of Sharknado 2. I think it's next year. I know eventually they started coming out annually. Sharknado 2 might have been a little faster or something. But I would go back to the theater every year to see the anniversary editions. They don't even have to clean anything up. Just getting to see the Sharknado movies that were never necessarily intended to be in the theater on the big screen in the theater is a freaking hell of a good time. Only regret I really have is, in hindsight, I was literally sitting there in the theater thinking, man, I should have offered to buy Mike Elmore a ticket so he could sit there with me, because I miss live streaming Sharknado reactions with Mike. You know, I don't necessarily miss all the work of Drunken Movie Night, but I miss watching cheesy shark movies with Mike and getting drunk. But still, regardless of any of that, it was a fantastic time. And I really wish I'd had the time to go back the next night and do it again, but I didn't. All right, let's move on. Asteroid City. So, we bought it on Blu-ray today. That's why it was the choice for confusing you. Blue Beetle. So, Mary and I, we had tickets since they were announced to go see it on the, you know, like Thursday night in IMAX, but it was really weird.
It wasn't what I was expecting for a big Bad Beetleborg remake. Sorry.
No, she had to pull an Eric. I had to leave room for that, of course. No, I appreciate that. Good job. I'm giving her a pat on the back. Anyways, we had tickets for that Thursday, but it was really awkward time. For some reason, our Regal only had it in IMAX at like 5:15 or 8:30. Both ways were just really awkward. And I knew if we went to 8:30, I'd be like, oh, Mary, just meet me down there. And she was in Frankfurt for work, you know, so it would have been one of those things. She would not have got home seeing the cats at all. So I felt kind of bad. And I was feeling kind of lazy that day, and I knew we had a very sociable weekend coming up. So I was like, you know what? They got 7 o'clock IMAXs on Monday. We can wait.
I like how you always miss the fact that I was dead that day.
Well, I keep forgetting. That was a luck out situation, I think. Because I think I was already considering canceling and changing it, and then you were talking about how exhausted you were. So I was like, okay, that's kind of the straw.
I know I'm having a bad day when I need 5-hour energy first thing in the morning.
Yeah. So anyways, we moved it to Monday, which is why my vlog is where we're filming late and everything. But so the only other interesting thing about it, because we were excited for it, but we weren't like excited for it, and didn't really expect there to be any kind of major spoilers that would come out. The only other thing I'll tell you before we get into the actual movie review is very interesting for the first time ever. Sucks for the movie, but it was cool for us. We were in the IMAX theater. We had the entire place to ourselves the entire movie.
Yeah, I was sitting there like, maybe we should just come on Mondays more often.
I know, right? So of course, you know, just as a joke, we made out a little bit. It's like, hey, we made out in a movie theater. So that was fun. Okay, so then we get into Blue Beetle. And, man, I'm not surprised. I loved it. I knew I'd like it, but I loved it. I liked it a bit more than I even thought I would.
Yeah.
And I would take another one. There is setup for a potential sequel if they want to do it.
Yeah.
It could fit in the new universe. It could fit in the old universe. I'm not saying it's the best thing ever. All right. But I enjoyed it. And I think the main actor, and I'm sorry I cannot pronounce his name yet, but
Zolo?
but it's pronounced like Sholo or something.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just call him by something else and not fuck up his name, because I love that kid from Cobra Kai, and he's just every bit as charismatic and amazing in this. And I think he has potential to become a huge star because he's very lovable.
Yeah.
And the biggest surprise for me is I've never really been a George Lopez fan. Not a hater per se, but he just never did anything for me. But my God, I loved him in this movie. He kind of stole this movie in a lot of ways. And then everybody else was great too. All right. And, you know, I mean, listen, Mary, what did you think? I'm getting into too detailed.
It was fun. I mean, here's the thing. It was fun. If I never see it again, it would be the worst thing in the world, but you know, I mean, there's nothing particularly new about it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to start getting to. Because, yeah, it is...
I swear to God, one of the shots is straight out of Deadpool.
It could be. I mean, we've had so many of these movies now.
Well, it's in the trailer.
All right, well.
It's where he's defending himself from the bus.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. That's.
I'm pretty sure I saw that exact same shot.
That was like in every Deadpool too. I mean, in every trailer too. So it's not really a spoiler. But yeah, I mean, that is. I wouldn't say it suffers from necessarily being an origin story, but I mean, it definitely is fairly paint by numbers in, you know, how you unveil things. I will say they get to it a lot faster, and the pacing of all of that is really good.
It is well paced. I'll give it that.
And I think the family is great, and I think they really add a lot to it. Like, and a lot of these times you might just be like, ugh, just get to the superhero stuff already. But here I'm like, you know what? I'm enjoying the family stuff every bit as much as any. Yeah, I want to know more about Abuela and her history. Because even though I was a little bummed they show that one really awesome joke reveal of her in the trailer, there's more to that. So I was like, okay, good. They didn't ruin the whole thing in the trailer. Susan Sarandon, in some ways, is very... Well, you know what? Susan Sarandon is not forgettable in this, but her character is forgettable. But she, like, I like her. I don't have anything against her, but she did so good. As we talk about, I guess it's kind of this casual evil is what Mary was saying.
Yeah, it's the difference between being a sociopath and a psychopath.
Like, ooh, I want to kill these people, and haha, it's going to be fun, versus like, oh, whatever, they're watching me, it's just, whatever.
Yeah, cost of business, whatever.
Yeah, so she was great at that. She was so great that she really did put this thought in my head of like, I'm not that violent a person, but I just want to, if I was the hero, I'd be like, I'm going to punch your face into the back of your skull. Like, she's just immediately just unnerving. And I think that's part of her performance, and she does great with that. Yeah. The kind of big bad, bruiser guy, could have used more of him. When they kind of reveal some of his story, he gets interesting, but through most of the movie, he's just kind of like, here's your typical muscle character.
They do a bit of a misdirect with him. But...
Yeah, and we don't want to say anything more than that, but I really kind of liked what they did with that. I like how they tie this into the DC universe, where, like I said, it references that in a way that it could be part of what came before and they don't add it, or they could let this be part of what's coming up. Yeah. Because it does say that he is part of the DC universe, but he doesn't necessarily make it specific to anything.
Yeah. I feel like part of the production design makes me feel like it's set slightly further in the future, because a lot of the buildings have sort of a Blade Runner-esque advertising sort of thing going on. Yeah. And it's like, it's not really a vibe that you see in any of the other DC movies that I can remember.
I don't know, in a certain sense, you could say maybe Aquaman. It's not exactly the same, but it sort of has some of that.
Aquaman's underwater, though.
Yeah, but it's more like...
It's Atlantis.
Theirs is almost more bioluminescent, but it has the same vibe to me.
Yeah, but I'm saying terrestrial Earth-based. Gotham...
Fine.
Everybody doesn't have that going on.
Yeah, but also I like that hopefully...
It's sort of a futuristic aesthetic.
And I like that hopefully what they will do in the new DC is they will let the cities have their own personality. So it's like you just immediately know, oh, we're in... Palomar or whatever that place was, versus, oh, you're in Gotham, oh, you're in Metropolis, with just instantly. Something like that. But anyways, I thought that was really good.
Not Miami.
Yeah.
Hashtag not Miami.
Yeah. And again, I just think overall it was really good. It was, and I like the tie into the history of the character. There is a mid-credit scene that I think is pretty cool, and I would be cool with a sequel.
Yeah.
I think the star is already online, kind of mildly spoiling that, because he's making predictions about what he would like to see, kind of deal. So I was like, I'm not sure you should be already talking about that just yet, guy. But
I'm not sure he's allowed to be talking about that.
Well, the Blue Beetle stuff, a lot of that press was they got to do a lot of press just before the strike, and then a lot of press agencies, they sit on it till the movie's out, kind of deal.
Okay.
So they're like one of the last movies that got to do some press before the strike.
Okay.
Because I've seen some interviews and stuff, and my immediate thought is like, whoa, how is this happening? And you'll see like in the video in the corner, they'll be like, recorded on this date, so it's like, oh, okay, it was recorded before the strike. But
we're like 3 months into the strike now.
I think the writer's strike's about 3. I know the actors started a little bit later. But I had a really good time. I'm glad I went and saw it. I can understand it's not going to be a behemoth powerhouse moneymaker like a Barbie, Oppenheimer, Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
But I do think it deserved a bigger opening weekend than it got. I also understand it will be real interesting when James Gunn's DC or Superman Legacy does eventually come out, because it is a question at this point of, is the general audience just flat out done with DC because they've been burned so many times? Is it a question of everything's just so in flux, they're just waiting? Will they understand that he's kicking off a new universe that should be more cohesive when that comes? Or will it even just be, hey, none of these DC movies have really been standout. They've all been a little bit generic. And then maybe his is going to come out and look incredible, and then it hits major money. I don't know. I hope so, because I fucking love James Gunn to death, and I truly believe in him. But I'm anxious to see where that's going to go.
Yeah, I think as far as the reasons for everything, I think it's an amalgamation of things. I think there are some people going like, I don't want to get invested in this if this isn't really going to go anywhere going forward, or
which I get, but I also think is silly.
And there's also I think that superhero burnout is real.
I disagree. I'm on the team James Gunn and everybody else. It's bad stories burnout is real. It doesn't matter if it's superhero or what kind of movie it is. If you present a great story with great characters, people are going to want to see it from word of mouth or whatever. But even this, as much as we enjoyed it, still a fairly generic story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
But there are people who, you have a lot of people who are saying it's going like, I just can't do any more superheroes.
those people they're not necessarily part of this anyway. I'm not trying to totally discount those people. I don't want to be like that. That's why I'm backtracking my words a little bit to better clarify my position.
That's why I'm saying it's not any one thing. I think it's an amalgamation of things. So you have like that Venn diagram.
Yeah, but I don't think people ever particularly burn out. That's like Hollywood studio speak. Nobody burns out on a particular style or genre. As long as it remains great, it's going to be great regardless of its genre or style.
But it will become more or less popular. Like you don't have Westerns cranked out the same rate that they used to be.
Right. Yeah. But anyways,
Jack, why are you floofy-tailed?
I enjoyed it. I'd watch more. He is floofy-tailed. So you gotta pay attention to me. I got all this energy going on, and y'all are just not even looking. Jack's been very kintastic lately. He's like, yeah, check this out. Come look, come watch. Look, I'm awesome. Play football. Why aren't you watching? Yeah. Okay, you're awesome, buddy.
Yeah, he's learned to chirp when he has one of his balls, like Itty Bit does when she has one of her mice.
But yeah, so Blue Beetle, really good time. Again, I can understand, like, if you got like a unlimited plan or something, and you got some time, and you're on the fence, go see it. It's probably worth a matinee ticket at least, if you're even vaguely interested. I mean, if you've really not... it's better than the Shazam movies, but I'm gonna put it kind of in the classification. It's roughly in that to me. Like, they're a good time, they're reasonably fun, but they're not like memorable. This is, I think, is the better of those. Like, this one's more memorable. I had to
think about this because, like, I mean, the first Shazam movie was really good.
Well, so was the second one, but I still think they're like, you know, you can't really. What do you really remember about the first one other than the basics? You know, I'm just gonna put it in that classification.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true. Now that you mention it.
Yeah. You know, it's not like Man of Steel or The Batman. Or even
there's something I want to talk about, but I feel like it's going into spoiler territory.
Probably, if it's you, if you're even considering it might be a spoiler, it probably is a spoiler.
Yeah, because again, it's talking about changing aesthetics, and I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, that's our thoughts on Blue Beetle. We got shit to do, is why I'm like, I'm alright. We 12 minutes. That's a good enough review.
Okay, let's stop talking.
One more thing. All right, so a little vacation update. I mean, Mary's just here for facial reactions.
Hi, because I know nothing.
But you aren't even drinking. No, that's why you aren't drinking. That's why you don't know things.
No.
So nothing really on the Disney or Universal front. I think that's all pretty much the same, except I have decided I'm going to build 4 lightsabers. She's going to have 2. She can still give one of them to me if she wants. Mm-hmm. I've almost talked myself into 5. I'm still a little on the fence, but...
Dude, your YOLO is out of control.
Well, I want to build a double saber, Peace and Justice.
You can do that with 3 builds.
But then, no, I want to be able to build one in every class, too, because who knows if they'll have those same parts by the time I get back, now that I found out. We're on Generation 3
I might be
of the
making a
parts.
Peace and Justice saber, so...
Yeah, but I don't want to use yours. That's yours. The Force will speak to me. I'm not going to borrow your saber. That's weird. It's gross.
We're married. You know that,
right?
right?
That's true. Okay. But still, then I know what you do. No.
We're not talking about that.
Anyway, so yes, the Disney and Universal side should still pretty much all be the same. They haven't announced anything else on the California side. We do have one more big announcement coming for the scare zones and what the show will be. But we're still pretty much all handled there. Other than we did get our $300 Disney Chase Visa credit already, way sooner than I expected. We saw the statement. It's like, oh, they already took $300 off there. Nice. But what has finally gotten some new information is Joe Bob's Jamboree. And I know, right? Now, there's still some detail, and some of this stuff is pretty exciting, but I gotta say, I'm a little mildly underwhelmed. But then again, I really go to the Jamboree to hang out with all my friends and, you know, drink and watch John Brennan and the Big Feet. But that said, they have announced that on Friday, the night of the film festival, Charles Band of Full Moon Entertainment, big fan, long time, Full Moon Features, longtime fan, he's gonna be there. Kind of figured he might. I'll be very excited to meet him. I've never gotten to meet him. And I got some fun stories to tell him, like how, I think we've talked about this before, but in case you've never heard it, I'll do it real quick. When I was a kid, you had a subscription thing you could do to Full Moon, and like maybe 3-4 times a year, they'd send you a box with like a newsletter, some collectible things, maybe an action figure at least once, and a screener, a VHS screener. And of course I was getting the horror movies. And somewhere about when I was 13, somebody switched my name to a different list and they started sending me the softcore tapes, which I loved. So I'm excited to tell him that, just because I'm curious what he'll think about it. Luckily, my folks were cool, you know, but So he's going to be there, but the cool thing is apparently he's going to be filming on his new movie at the drive-in the whole time. So I guess theoretically we're all going to be in a full moon movie. So that's it.
We'll have to sign a release or something when we get there.
Well, it's a life goal for me, checked off. So if I have to sign a release, sure. I guarantee no, it's going to be like the first Jamboree. There's going to be signs everywhere. By entering these premises, you are therefore giving your permission to these entities to using your likeness and blah, 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 blah.
I remember that.
Yeah, because they were filming a live show, so that's how they did it. By going into the premises, you would get it, and that works.
Right.
So anyways, that's how that's going to work. So I'm excited about that. And of course, we have the film festival. They're saying 2 premieres. I don't know if that's 2 new movie premieres or 2 of the festival movie premieres. I do wonder if director Austin Jennings and produced by Justin Martell and everybody from The Last Drive-In, if his movie 8 Eyes is going to be there. See, if it can't be in the festival though, that seems too biased. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'd love to see that. Saturday, we knew it was Roger Corman as the host, or as the guest of honor, and we knew they're doing 2 movies of his at least, and it's going to be an actual live taped episode. This one will get aired. Can't really. I know things I'm not allowed to talk about, but this one I know will get aired.
I don't know how I'm going to handle this.
Well, Roger Corman, it's really going to depend on what they play. Most of Roger Corman's stuff that I can think of, you're going to be fine. Besides, you watched Night of the Demons at the first one. There's nothing he's going to do that's going to be worse for you than that.
Okay.
I mean, even Slumber Party, the first one, ain't anywhere near Night of the Demons. That's one of the ones people are hoping for. But we're actually getting 5 Roger Corman movies that night. Only 2 of them are from... Well, you don't have to watch all of them. You need to be there for me in the audience when we're hanging out watching the live show tape.
Yeah.
But, so we are going to need chairs. Shit. We'll have to buy some chairs or something. Anyways, we'll figure that out when we come to it. So that's going to be pretty cool Saturday. And of course, I'm sure John Brennan and the Big Feet probably got a set going Friday and Saturday. They haven't officially announced that, but there's no way John Brennan and the Big Feet don't play. And if they're doing a live episode, they'll probably, like they do the first time, they'll have John Brennan play the theme song live, I would hope. And then Sunday, and I'm sure I'm going to miss some of this at the end, but we are doing the 40th anniversary Sleepaway Camp retrospective. We kind of knew that. But now it's been confirmed that Felissa Rose and like the cast and crew are doing a reunion. So we'll have a lot of those people there. And the MC for that night is Chris Jericho. So he's going to be there. His band Fozzy is going to play a set. And him and Felissa are apparently going to be there to riff on the Sleepaway Camp movies. And that'll be fun as hell. I'm going to get real drunk. We're going to leave at 4 in the morning, check out of the hotel at 4:30, get the car dropped off by 5:30, on a plane at 6, out to LAX by 7:15, and down to Disney by 8:30 or 9. I'll still be drunk by the time we get to Disney. It's going to be interesting.
I'm hoping we have some luck in that by leaving LA, we'll have less traffic than all the people coming into
Well, I would also imagine, too, that like at 8:30, well, it is on a Monday.
work.
Yeah, well, that's fine. It's more time for us to sleep in the car because we won't be able to check into the room yet. So,
Right.
Which is also why I wanted to get a car rental or a driver. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, that's pretty much the vacation updates. We finally have. They said there's another update coming for the Jamboree. There's one more update coming for Halloween Horror Nights, and we're getting close. So that's what that is. And now we can go finish off this vlog. I think cocktails next, probably. Tom Cruise is about to show up, by the way. Just no, he's not. Bye.
Bye.
I'm no Jedi. All right, so I'm mildly intoxicated. Welcome. Ahsoka started. So I was gonna make a different drink, but we're gonna make a Star Wars. You don't know how hard it was to find a Star Wars cocktail last minute to make. But we're gonna make a Boba Fett.
Make it more to the point, one that you can make with stuff that you have around your house.
I also just noticed this apparently makes 2 8-ounce glasses.
So you want to cut it in half?
No, there's only like 8. There's only 8 ounces of drink in here, minus the ice.
Is there?
Yeah, I'm putting it together. There's an ounce of vodka, an ounce of Curacao, 4 ounces of orange juice, 2 ounces of soda, and a drop of grenadine. That's 8 ounces.
Oh, there's somebody oopsied.
So anyways, I'm gonna just follow, who knows? All right, this should be pretty good. Wow, we're off to a start. All right, so an ounce, we're gonna do a shaker. We need ice in the shaker. We'll put the ice in the shaker after, fuck it. All right, so we need an ounce of vodka. I got some Tito's left here. Not a whole hell of a lot of Tito's, but I got some Tito's left here.
Hi, Jack.
Hey, Jiggy Jack, what's up? Oh, shit. I wonder if I could just very, very carefully, just splash back in. One more splash. Only because I sadly discovered I'm lighter on my vodka than I intended, and I don't have my backup shots because I just used my last ones at Blue Beetle.
I'm just amused because he's always surprised when he's
running.
He's like, where did all the vodka go?
Where's all my vodka gone? There might be one double left in there. All right, so then we want an ounce of blue carousel. That was a touch more than an ounce of vodka, by the way, even pouring some of it back in. All right, so let's get...
You know, a very green drink.
Well, yeah, it was pictured as green. It's Boba Fett. All right, so we got an ounce of the blue carousel, 4 ounces of orange juice. So we're gonna do 2 twos.
Got so distracted by Amy.
Kitties.
Yeah.
They're excited. We just got home from Blue Beetle a minute ago, so they're excited for us to come hang out. So there's 4 ounces of orange juice, and then we need 2 ounces of lemon lime soda. Gee, I wonder what that could be. It's not Prite. We're gonna put some Prite in there. That didn't sound very pss-y. This is brand new. 2 ounces, 2 ounces. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We don't shake that. I got ahead of myself. I caught that at the nick of time. Everything but soda is combined in the shaker with ice. So we need a drop of grenadine. I don't use grenadine. We use maraschino cherry juice. I think it's tastier. And a fucking drop. So I'm just gonna get a little on the spoon and just be like, bloop. Okay.
And that probably needs to be refrigerated.
It will be when I'm done. So we'll put some ice in here, shake it till it's cold. We're gonna pour it over ice.
I can die.
2, 3, 4,
Yo,
5.
This stuff is
I'm getting ice for the tall boy glass.
that was weird. You're when I
2, 3, 4, 5. I was only gonna put 5 in there anyways. Luckily I caught that. Where'd it go? Jack. That might have alcohol on it. You can't have that ice cube. What was really weird? Shake till cold.
Went to film the stuff in the freezer. It color corrected really yellow. So when I came back up, it's like, is the ice shield on? No, it's color correcting back to where it should be.
That is very cold and leaked out the top on me. Awesome. Not terrible. That is not nearly as green as I anticipated. Maybe once you get the Sprite in there to dissipate it slightly.
Lighten it up a little bit maybe.
Okay, and then we want 2 ounces of lemon lime. We want 2 ounces of Prite. Because you know brand names. We don't use brand names. I'm kidding.
You use brand names.
I'm kidding. And you know what? I'm gonna put a little bit more ice in there. And then we'll stir. Oh, I don't think you actually stir. Whatever. I'm gonna throw 2 more ice cubes in there. Gonna get a Cuba Libre. It's interesting looking.
There's that booty.
Alright.
I like film kitties, but I'm not sure they've gone off to.
And I'll make sure I don't stir or anything. Add soda to taste. It measures it in their measurements, then it tells you to do it. To taste.
That was a pretty good burp for you.
For me, that's pretty good. That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Very orange. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. That's pretty good. I don't know what to tell you what it tastes like, but it's pretty good. It doesn't taste as orange as you would expect.
That's good for me.
I think the Sprite definitely cuts it a bit.
Give you like a very vague creamsicle vibe.
It does have a strange creaminess to it, but I like it. And it's got a really interesting color. That froth, I love the color of that froth.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It does almost have a bit of like a float vibe. Yeah, like almost there's some kind of vanilla ice creamy.
I feel like you should just go ahead and throw a scoop of vanilla ice cream in there.
You know what? It would be like a dreamsicle.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said.
But I'm not going to do that because I don't need the calories. I don't need these calories, but I'm going to drink them anyways.
Yeah, it's not bad, but I wouldn't go out of my way to get one.
She wouldn't. I would, if like this was an Oga's concoction, it would definitely be on my list of like, ooh, am I going to get one of those? Because I would drink one of those. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I'll take a Boba Fett. Not the most inspired Star Wars names, but the ones with the most inspired Star Wars names have way too many ingredients that we don't have our hands on. You got to get a certain Szechuan pepper berry. It's like, that's too much. What are you doing to me? All right, cool. There's your cocktail. Go watch Ahsoka. I'm sure it's great. We haven't seen it yet. Bye. All right, so Mary, make your baked potato, okay? We're wrapping up. I didn't tell her I was starting to film, but I'm trying to get going because we wanted to be done 40 minutes ago. And I mean, it's my fault. I did a little extra shopping and everything because we're trying to get her to bed early so she can get some sleep before going into work tomorrow. But also because Ahsoka has started and I can't go on the internet now until I watch Ahsoka. So I'm like, we have to hurry up and watch AGT because I think we have to start voting. So, and then I'm going to watch Ahsoka by myself like I do. And then tomorrow we'll watch it on the big screen in the projector room and do our reviews. Because if you did not know, if you join our $1.99 a month membership tier on the YouTube channel here, all the Star Wars and Marvel shows, we do review episode to episode. Granted, we're usually like sometimes a week behind on those as when they come out, but we do them. So, and you can always go back and watch the old ones if you even sign up for just 1 month or whatever. So whatever you want to do, don't do it, whatever. I just want you to know that's there. But that said, I hope this was a good enough vlog. I do still have some more pre-cooks happening. We'll see what happens in the future. There's things, again, the big secret life-changing thing, I guess I should mention that it's like happening. Plans are now being made. So I imagine sometime soon, within the next month, 2 months, there'll probably be some kind of announcement of at least what's starting, where the starting of everything is happening. So very exciting. I'm pressing, Jesus, a bunch of random shit to tell you here at the end. I am pressing CD versions of the Mary EP Part 1. They're gonna look it's gonna have different art, but it's gonna be this style of pressing, actual replicated CDs, jacket, shrink wrap, really nice art, the whole deal. They will be available on my Shopify store eventually, probably after we get back from vacation, but I'm getting them in time, theoretically, to take some out to the Jamboree to give out as thank yous. I am excited about being back in music. I'm going to hopefully start on a new song later this week, a new old song, because I'm still working on that one album of Eric Butts Does It Again, where I redo a bunch of stuff from my youth. I've remastered some of my recent cassettes and found some very early stuff that's got me really excited to go back and redo some of that. And on my previous studio, if you follow my Patreon, you'll know a lot more about this, but I have a whole bunch of music stuck in this old studio, and I finally managed to order the proprietary CDR. You can't just hook any CD burner into it, and they don't make the particular one anymore, so I got on eBay, and I got one coming Friday, so I'll finally be able to get into all my backup discs, and I think I should be able to export the individual tracks for a lot of those recordings and give them good remixes with my modern technology and unlimited resources. So I may actually be working on, hopefully, if this works, the idea is I'm going to do a remix of the 2012 album, What I Know Right Now, which I think is pretty good as is, but I was really limited in the box on that studio with what I could do. So I'm anxious to give that a try, see where that goes. So new music coming, new announcements coming, new CD very much coming. It's a great time to not care about my music. Just fine, I do, I'm doing it for me, all right? Might even get vinyl at some point, enough of you care. All right, so thank you, everybody. Let's get out of here. Comment below. What do you know? What are you excited for? Geek out with me in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Other than that, you can click the thumbs up button. Give me the good old thumb of encouragement, as I do love to be encouraged. And remember that we will get through this. We will get through this together. Check out my music. Anywhere you listen to music, look up Eric Butts, especially on Spotify, or you can go to ericbutts.com for all your funky butts fun. And, of course, there's more stuff in the description below. Just click that see more button to see more butts. And I'm going to get out of here so I can go do some more stuff, watch AGT, and then get hyped and watch Ahsoka. Although I have to actually edit this vlog before I can do that. But we're going to do all that. We'll see you all later. Love y'all. Bye.